Hi, my name is Brave, and today I want to discuss how to play elementals in Battlegrounds in Hearthstone. Elementals are the newest addition to Hearthstone Battlegrounds. They have been added in September 2020. And today I wanted to discuss what kind of elementals you can get, what are the synergies, and basically what is the strategy with them. Those are some of the examples from my recent games. As you can see, it's the first place, and you can already see some of the patterns that I've used with them. First pattern is that the minions are huge. You want to buff your minions to an insane levels. I will discuss this in a moment, and also you can see the leftmost minion is the Crackling Cyclone Gold, which has Mega Wind Fury and powerful stats, so it's really MVP of the game. First, let's maybe go through the list of elementals by tier. In the tier 1 you can have Elemental, which is very good, especially if your strategy is to play as many elementals as possible, and this is your strategy, because you can buy it, you can play it and then sell it to Bob. You will get Water Droplet, which is another elemental. You can play it and sell it to Bob. At the end, you pay 1 gold and play 2 elementals, which is kinda good. Refreshing Anomaly. This is the weakest one from all the elementals pool, so play it only when you really don't have another play. Then we have Party Elemental, which will buff your elementals after you play elemental, and Molten Rock, which will gain health after you play an elemental. So already you can see some synergy with playing as many elementals as possible. Both cards are really good if you get them in the early game. So try to get them, try to make them gold. Molten Rock at the end of the game can have above 100 health easily, so this is really good. Then we have some Battle Cry minions, Stasis Elemental and Arcane Assistant. Stasis Elemental will give you an elemental in the Bob's Tavern, and it will be frozen. So remember that after you play Stasis Elemental and you cannot afford buying this elemental, remember to refresh first, because if you play Stasis Elemental and refresh the tavern, this one will disappear. Then we have Arcane Assistant, which will buff your elementals, and we have Crackling Cyclone, which is really powerful if it's buffed. So really play it when you can, and put it at the leftmost place, because then it will be buffed also by Majormo and some other minions. Both Stasis Elemental and Arcane Assistant are very powerful when played with Bran. And then tier 4, this is Wildfire Elemental, which is similar in a way to the Crackling Cyclone. It's a powerful offensive tool. It will deal damage. If it kills a minion, it will deal damage to adjacent minions. So also very powerful minion to buff. Majormo Executus. This is a super good card. Try to get it as fast as possible, and then try to play as many elementals as possible, because after you play elementals at the end of the turn, Majormo will buff your leftmost minion, which should be Crackling Cyclone or Wildfire Elemental. Gentle Genie. This is a powerful card. You don't want to buff it, but you want to have it, and you want it to die. After it dies, it will summon a random elemental and give you a copy of this elemental. So you will have another elemental to play. Tavern Tempest, it's basically 2 elementals in the price of 1. Also powerful. You can play it with Bran also. And then we have Nomi, absolute MVP of elementals. After you play an elemental, when you have Nomi, all the elementals in Bob Tavern, both your elementals that you have on the board and all the elementals that will appear in the future also in Bob's Tavern, will be buffed. which is very, very powerful. Imagine that you play 10 elementals, and then instead of seeing 4/4, you will see 14/14 for Tavern Tempest. This is really absolutely powerful. If you play it early, it's super hard for the opponents to get rid of your big minions. Then we have tier 6, which are very good, but usually at this point you don't have like much time to really take advantage of them. Lil Rag is kind of similar to Majormo, maybe slightly better because it will buff your minions every time you play elemental, and this will affect random elemental. So this is kind of good. And then we have Amalgadon, which will adapt. This is especially good if you are playing mirror matchups, because Amalgadon can get poisonous. Poisonous is really the only good counter to elementals, as it will deal with huge minions. Then we have Lieutenant Gar, which is powerful, but usually if you have it at the end of the game, you don't really can do something about it. So I usually don't play it because it's already too late. The overall strategy that I use for elementals is I try to get to, let's say, tier 4 quite quickly, because then I have the possibility to really get powerful elementals. Also, I want to optimize the elemental play. So basically, I want to buy each and every elemental that I can get. Sometimes using Bran, I want to abuse the battle cries and so on. So basically, this is the game plan. Then maybe let's talk about which of the heroes are good for elementals. Of course, Jandi's is super good, because then you can use the hero power to swap your elementals, for example the battle cry elementals, with a random minion in the Bob tavern. Of course, you want to sell this random minion and then buy again your elemental back. This will give you one more elemental each game, each turn, that you can just play again and again and again. Then we have Chenvala, which is of course elementals, because after you play elementals, it will reduce the cost of upgrading Bob's Tavern, which is of course perfect for you. Zephrys the Great, you can get 3 wishes. So if you have, for example, 2 Crackling Cyclones, you can get the third one, which is obviously great. Don't need to talk about how good it is getting golden elementals. Then we have a couple of choices that are maybe not so obvious. Dino Tamer Bran. This hero power will give you battle cry minions, and there are some powerful elementals with battle cries, so the chances are that you will get one, and this is super good. Reno Jackson, this is similar to Zephrys, but you can only use it once. Of course, Crackling Cyclone is one option that you can use. Then we have Arana Starseeker, which I really like. Her hero power will give you more choices. You will get 7 minions instead of 3 or 4 in the tavern to choose from, and the chances are that one of the 7 or 2 of the 7 will be elementals, and basically you want to play as many elementals as possible. So this is great, and really I think this is something that many people don't see. I hope you enjoyed and liked this guide. I hope you will get more wins with elementals, and if you like, please give me a like on YouTube, and you can also follow me on Twitch. And yeah, stay safe and have fun.